Our First Lady, Melania Trump, talking and advocating for the Take It Down Act. And I want to give our next guest the opportunity to talk about the importance of this. Why is this a priority of the First Lady and the Trump administration? Of course, as I've talked to you many times about my 4 children, I have a 15-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. All of this social media stuff is front and center for me. I am leaning in heavily to find out what we are doing to protect our children. And I'm so grateful to see that this administration is making it a priority. Kaelan Dorr joins us now, Deputy Assistant to the President, White House Deputy Communications Director. Thank you so much, Kaelan, for being with us today. It's an honor to have you.
Well, thanks for having me here, Annie. I appreciate you. I was just telling the producers offline, nature is healing. I had to leave the confines of the White House today because I saw that online they were actually tearing down BLM Plaza just a few blocks away from the White House. So I had to go see it myself. I had to do a little pilgrimage. So if it's a little noisy, it's because I walked a block away. But much like how we're seeing things like the Take It Down Act, take hold here in Washington D.C., looks like everyone's rowing in the same direction, and we're actually making some real change. It's always good to hear.
I appreciate you saying that. I went and visited Washington, D.C. last year with my son for the first time in his 8th grade class trip, and I didn't realize that mural was still up. So it's great to hear that they're focusing on better things, bigger and better things now. And we'll throw in this Take It Down Act as one of those things. There's a lot of common sense behind what the administration is trying to do here. I think that we have, as a government, been behind the times on what digital life is happening, the types of things that can happen, especially when they infiltrate the lives of our children.
100%. And I just had a baby girl. I didn't have it. Sorry. My wife just had a baby girl, 10 or so weeks ago. Thank you. But, you take a look at things like this and you're really grateful for the common sense solutions to these really complex problems, right? It's a little complex in that the technology is definitely leaps and bounds ahead of anything we see here in D.C. If I had to tell you what I have to do to be able to send an email or to cut a video here at the White House, you would be astonished. So, for us to really take charge on this, and, as you saw, the president brought it up in the joint address to Congress and he called for people to pass it. I'm really proud of us as a movement for really taking the bull by the horns and looking forward a little bit. We haven't always been good about it as a party or as a governing body. And so, yeah, I got skin in the game now with a baby girl, but I really do appreciate us looking forward to this kind of stuff. And I think it's especially important. We have leaders like David Sachs and Elon Musk, here working as special government employees at the White House because they're also providing an outsider's perspective. That's always been what the president is good at, right? He's always been pragmatic and he's always viewed things as a regular person, right? The regular person doesn't view things through the archaic lens that Washington, D.C. typically does. And so I think we're going to be able to get ahead of the curve and really do some powerful work.
We're speaking with White House Deputy Communications Director Kaelan Dorr. I want to dive into that a little bit more because I've seen these, social media or technology or digital element conversations come up in government and especially in our federal government over the last decade. And many times the people who we see discussing them have no clue what they're talking about. They've been briefed, but they don't have any real life experience. They have staff that helps them do those things. How active are knowledgeable, experienced, thought leaders on this issue of, revenge porn that gets put up, AI-generated images that are very offensive that gets put up? Who else is involved in this to make sure that it is current and forward-thinking?
Well, I think you're looking at Congress is really put the work forward on this, and it's a result of kind of this younger, more MAGA-oriented Republican Party. I mean, I could tell you the party that I grew up, learning about, the party that I grew up being a part of, they'd be, like we said, like behind the curve on this in a way that is criminal because it valued quote-unquote experience, right, traditional experience over, pragmatic solutions. And so I think this is a result of our movement getting younger and getting smarter and getting more involved. Credit goes to the technology companies recognizing that this is a thing that needs to be addressed. I'm sure they're involved, and I think this is a very common sense solution to what shouldn't be, but is a complex technological problem. I've worked at social media companies in the past, and I can tell you, moderating and things like that is always very difficult. I was in a meeting once for a prior employer where we had to sit down and determine how much of the Hunter Biden laptop we would show, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
Yes.
And so, this is there are real humans attached to all of these issues. And I think, it's important that we're out there leading on this.
Yeah, and especially when those humans are children that are
Yeah.
being affected. Kaelan Dorr, we appreciate your time today. We know you are limited on your time with us. We hope you'll come back with us and keep us updated on what's going on with the Take It Down Act and more. We're really grateful for the opportunity to speak with you.
Will do. Will
Thank you.
do. Thank you, Annie. Y'all take care. Have a great week, all right?
Yep, you as well. Bye-bye.